These eggs, they're not like normal eggs. And when you take them onto the ship, they start to hatch. And monsters come out.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're looking at the creative and technical virtues that bring FX's acclaimed Alien Earth back to its franchise's glory days.
And he said, "Don't be sad. I'm gonna fix you right up." And that's exactly what he did.
Noah Hawley, visionary. Not since James Cameron have Alien fans agreed that a filmmaker measured up to Ridley Scott and Dan O'Bannon's 1979 masterpiece.
Bones had been outward, like he exploded from inside.
I wonder what happened to the rest of the crew. Let's get the hell out of here.
Scott himself polarized audiences by turning the claustrophobic sci-fi thriller into a full-on space opera in Prometheus and Alien Covenant. Hopes for Alien Earth were high after Noah Hawley was announced as the showrunner.
You know, these movies are in my blood. I've seen them since I was a very young man. So it's not about going back and rewatching them, right? It's about thinking about the feelings that they gave me when I watched them, and then figuring out how to make you, the audience, feel the same thing while telling you a totally different story.
The FX Golden Boy had previously adapted the Coen brothers' Fargo and Marvel's Legion into the peak of peak TV. Thus, much of Earth's instant praise focused on Hawley. His directing and writing blueprint stands out from earlier Alien visions with a high concept, elaborate style, and darkly quirky humor. At the same time, there's obvious reverence for the source material in every detail and exciting new experiment.
I knew I couldn't mess with the silhouette, and I knew that, you know, there's detail in there for the fans who care about it, but for everyone else, the monster is sacred.
A focused concept. Ridley Scott's Alien delivered sheer, unpretentious terror with a mysterious monster aboard a spaceship.
Whatever it was big.
You sure took him into the air shaft?
Disappeared into one of the cooling ducts.
James Cameron's Aliens heavily expanded the lore of this future and the Xenomorph smartly enough to set a new standard for sequels. Unfortunately, the subsequent films struggled to pull off either minimalist or maximalist plots. Earth falls in between, as a ship carrying hostile extraterrestrials crash lands on our planet.
Specimens are the mission.
Easy for you to say, cyborg. We lost a lot of good men getting them.
Noah Hawley has stated his objective to combine Scott's vague, tight thrills with Cameron's epic sense of pathos. In slow burning such a lofty concept, Alien feels right at home in the long-form format of television. The key is knowing how to keep the plot simple and flesh out the finer points.
If I didn't know better, I'd say she was human.
I am human.
Less sci-fi philosophy. Later Alien installments collapsed under the franchise's heady commentary. Initial allegories for the future of society are telegraphed by a prison planet in Alien 3 and cloning in Alien Resurrection.
An unexpected benefit from the genetic crossing.
I see. Stupid me. Of course, an unexpected benefit of the genetic process. How? I didn't even think of that.
And the prequel's musings on the ethics of planetary engineering are too theoretical. It wasn't long ago that one could say the same about tech corporatocracies, immortality, and human-AI relations.
You're going to be the first person to transition from a human body to a synthetic.
Because I'm special.
That's right. You're very, very special.
But recent breakthroughs allow Earth to harden the premise of trillionaire overlords developing androids as the everlasting vessel for human consciousness. Testing with terminally ill children posits some overt Peter Pan parallels. Meanwhile, the brilliant young head of Prodigy Corporation refines this idea of never growing up into philosophies about wisdom and aging. The themes in Earth run deep, but grow increasingly relevant and accessible.
But in the animal kingdom, there is always someone bigger or smaller who would eat you alive if they had the chance. That's what it is to be an animal. You're born, you live, you die.
A brave, familiar world. The philosophies are certainly fascinating, but audiences are more invested in Alien Earth's world building.
Say that's Weyland Yutani.
That's us.
Yeah, that's who we work for.
Oh, okay.
Right? And they control North and South America.
On the moon, right?
No, that's dynamic. Yutani has Mars and Saturn.
Yeah, but we're talking about the Earth. Who rules what?
It's the first time an installment has been set on the Blue Planet, not counting the critically panned and arguably non-canonical Alien vs. Predator films. The politics of our dystopian world have been crucially referenced since Aliens, but have felt insignificant against the convoluted, self-contradictory development of the Xenomorph's background.
XX-121 Xenomorph. One of our towing ships first made contact with this specimen 2 decades ago. Of the 7 crew members aboard the USS Nostromo, only 1 survived, blowing the creature out of the airlock. We've been searching for it ever since.
Earth boldly makes that the afterthought, leading with a highly advanced yet realistically bleak vision of 2120. Otherwise, it deliberately keeps viewers in the dark about the extraterrestrial terrors that make them more chilling. It is the most skillfully and entertainingly eclectic world building since Aliens, and it looks good on top of that.
It's bad. Bad how? Wait, what do you mean for? Alien.
Sleek, old design. The stellar concept of Alien Earth means nothing without the proper execution.
So what am I? If I'm not human, what am I?
Whatever you want to be.
This includes production values that were unthinkable for TV for decades. This basic cable epic not only lives up to the spectacle of its cinematic predecessors, but rivals it. The production team utilized pricey practical effects as much as possible, making the set and creature designs look more real. When CGI does come in, if at all noticeable, it's used for the most sprawling and artful visuals. This stands in contrast with the excesses following the groundbreaking splendor of Aliens, while the production's more retro-futuristic qualities fittingly allude to the original. Like that film, Earth makes the most of limitations that are a lot less limited 46 years later.
I'm serious. We did something nobody thought was possible.
New species. The Alien film franchise has rarely introduced new creatures, with most of them just being Xenomorph variants.
You are a beautiful, beautiful butterfly.
And let's just say that the hype for the Predator crossover didn't last long. Noah Hawley aimed to bring other hostile aliens to Earth in order to raise stakes and revive the chilling mystery that the Xenomorphs lost over 5 decades ago. At least that much is successful when the subjects in a downed spaceship's research lab get out. Among them are a rapidly blood-sucking bug, a giant sentient plant, and a tentacled parasitic eyeball. These and other creatures may look bizarre, but they are unforgivingly lethal. As harrowing as it will be to learn more about these terrors from space, the devil we know is terrible enough.
Has he seen any animals?
Animals? What sort of animals?
Like, big animals.
Like pets?
No, definitely not like pets.
Xenomorph Unleashed. Fans are now well aware of the nightmarish nature of the Xenomorph.
Get out of the way, Linus!
As effective as it would still be to keep the monster in the shadows like in the first Alien, Earth goes in another direction. The 8-foot-tall Xenomorph is frequently and very clearly visible, his very form being suspenseful enough. And whatever you imagine for the ensuing bloodbath is probably nothing compared to what this thing ultimately does, more for sport than food.
There's a creature. She's loose, approximately 8 feet tall, armored. Does anyone read me?
Besides pushing the franchise's standards for gore, Earth also steps up the frantic, dazzling action that made James Cameron's Aliens such a satisfying escalation. This unpretentious break in the claustrophobic atmosphere affirms the show's effectiveness in subverting expectations. There is no anticipating the plan in smuggling the horrifying beast into our world. A reliable crew. Emotional incentive is essential to making the thrills of Alien Earth effective.
You can't see me. No. Because it's a secret. What we're doing.
Ellen Ripley has perhaps always been the only figure physically and dramatically capable of carrying the franchise long-term. Everyone else has gotten lost in the ensemble, exited after one film, or been killed off just after the audience got invested. With its long-form format and Noah Hawley's talent for character development, Earth is full of compelling arcs.
Now there will be others. Like me.
Not yet.
They're still children. So we need to help them to make the transition so they're not afraid. Can you do that?
The heart of the show is Marcy's resurrection as the android Wendy, along with her relationships with fellow hybrids, synthetic mentor Kirsch, and Brother Hermit. Of course, the motivations of shady CEO Boy Cavalier and the cyborg Morrow hold you in suspense. At last, this world has characters worthy of its intrigue.
She won't let you have them. What's on this ship? She spent billions of people's lives. They belong to her.
The human touch. Many argue that the Alien franchise lost its way along with an instinct for substantial writing. Alien 3 was too dark, Alien Resurrection too campy, and Ridley Scott's prequels too preoccupied with concept to give viewers a reason to care.
I need to know why. What did we do wrong? Why do you hate us?
Alien Earth doesn't just exceed the original film's ensemble nuance, it does the later installments' gimmicks right. Noah Hawley has always understood the balancing act between uncompromising drama and a colorful sense of humor.
We're evacuating the building. Please find the nearest elevator and head down.
We're having a dinner party. The Caspians are here.
There's a spaceship in the lobby. I think the Caspians will understand.
This brings personality to thorough world building, especially with the writing team's ambitious wit. Never mind the riveting performances of the star-studded cast. All of this gives Earth a unique personality and intelligence to match the spectacle. But Hawley also understands that neither can entirely stand on their own.
No, we're something different.
Something special.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Respecting the material. James Cameron established that an Alien sequel doesn't have to be completely faithful to be great.
Now, if you're smart, we can both come out of as heroes, and we will be set up for life.
You're crazy, Bert. Do you know that?
But everything after that tried too hard, particularly prequels whose mythology dug it into some plot holes. Alien Romulus definitely tried too hard with callbacks to the classics. From the first episode's first scene involving a seemingly normal start of the day in space, Alien Earth references the literal beginning of this franchise.
Mr. Tang won't be a problem unless he wants to work 65 years for no pay.
From there, certain lines, shots, and Easter eggs speak only to die-hard fans. It all affirms the show's dedication to the source material and its enrichment. Part of that is setting itself apart, no matter how many praise Alien Earth as the franchise's most creative, organic, and well-executed invasion of the screen since the early days.
I'm just telling you, these creatures, they are my life's work, and I'm gonna get them back.
What's your favorite Alien installment and why? Let's hear you scream in the comments.
Collision imminent. Collision imminent. Collision